Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Felicia, the one who learned to finish the book. I'm still trying to work out what I want to say at the beginning of my video. Bear with me, please. I am still brand spanking new. I have a huge stack of books, most of what I was already reading, so I'm gonna try and zoom through these like really quick, like real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. No, I don't think it was time for a Drake lyric. That wasn't. I was trying to fit it in there, but it didn't work. For the month of November, we all know that I'm probably not going to get to all of these, but it's just the fact that I'm being bookish and I have ambition for what I want to do and how I want to read this month. That's all that matters. Oh wait, don't you guys think that I look bookish today? Don't I look like a very stylish librarian? I feel like this is very librarian-esque. Like I should be, you know, working the Dewey Decimal System at a desk and checking in books and telling you what I like to read when I have a cafe latte or some tea, green tea with a splash of milk and cinnamon mixed in there. Like I feel like this makes me look like I work at a library and that I'm super smart. Moving on to my book selection for the month of November, my TBR list. I read books. I finish books now. A lot of these books on my TBR are books that I'm still reading that carried over from the month of October. So I do want to start with the new books, and then I will talk about the books that I am still reading for the month of November that carried over into the month of November from October. If I didn't say that right, then you knew what I meant. Okay, so the first book that I am wanting to read for the month of November is The Gilded Age by Claire Marshall. And this is actually a modern, updated story of the House of Mirth. This is about a woman who was married to a man of a higher social class, and then they get a divorce, and then she's basically trying to rebuild her life and climb back up those ranks of social status. So that is what this book is about, and it's just, I guess, a retelling, but in a modern sense, of the House of Mirth by Eden Wharton, which I've never read before or seen the movie. So I'm really interested to dive into this book. It says that it is a really good beach read. We all know that I'm not going to the beach anytime soon, so I'll be reading this at home. So I'm really excited about this. I mean, the cover is really, the cover actually got me. And I got this at Garden Ridge like almost 2-3 years ago. It was like for $3.99. So I'm really excited to read this. Sometimes you just have to like look on your bookshelf and see what books are available to read before going to purchase another book. Another book that I'm reading for the month of November is Your Work Matters to God. I'm going to be 110% honest with you and just tell you that I've honestly been reading this for like the last 3 years. I am like somewhat ashamed to say that, but I've been reading this for the last 3 years. I have not, it's just one of those books that when I'm in the mood to read, I'll read it. When I'm having like morning devotion time, or when I just need an answer from God about something, and then I'll look at this book. But this book is by Doug Sherman and Hendricks, and this basically just talks about your purpose, but it also talks about God being involved in the work that you do in whatever area of work that you do. God cares about it, and he's always going to be involved, and so it's best for us to work in excellence and work to the best of our ability, because we're not only working for our employers, but our true employer is God. So we need to do everything that we can do to basically please our ultimate employer, which our ultimate employer is God. So it just talks basically about being excellent in your everyday work and coming to work with an attitude of actually wanting to work and perform and giving your best performance and not slacking on the job just because you think that no one's watching. So this has really helped me whenever I get into work slumps or whenever I'm feeling like I am kind of not really sure what I should be doing. It helps me to know that whatever it is that I'm working on, like, God's involved, because he really does care, and he is ultimately my boss. So do everything to the best of my ability and do everything in excellence because he employs me and he's always watching. So I really, really like this. This also talks a lot about integrity and just being intentional and honest in your work, and so I really do like this. But I want to get through it for the month of November because I've just been putting this off, reading it like page by page, and that's sad. That's real sad. Finish the book, girl. Another book that I want to get to for the month of November for my TBR is Twilight. I'm probably the only person on this earth that hasn't read Twilight, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it because I'm going to read it this month. I finally saw Twilight the movie this year, earlier this year. I know, I just wasn't interested in Twilight, but I am hearing that this is the most romantic love story from so many people, and this is a YA book, and this is by Stephanie Meyers, but I'm sure all you bookish people know about Twilight. I really hope to get to this book. This is just huge. I got this book from the Goodwill, so I'm really excited to read this book for the month of November, and I just hope that it's like a really great love story. I really, because you guys know I love romance. You know how much I love romance. That's it. Another book that I'm reading for the month of November that I have recently started on is Before the Snow by Danielle Paige, and she also has the book Stealing the Snow, and then there's another book after Stealing the Snow, I believe, but I'm on the first book to I believe it's a trilogy or a series, and I am reading Before the Snow, and that is about a mermaid who is also half human, and she teams up with I think she's like a witch, so she's like the witch of the river, and also she has two aunts that are Witch of the Woods and then Witch of the Fire, and then she has her mother, who used to be Witch of the River, but her mother went on to be a human, and so now she decides that she wants to be a human. So she actually decides that she wants to be a mermaid, so a Witch of the River, and she encounters this prince who has powers, and his powers are turning things into ice and freezing people. So he's the Prince of the Snow, or the Snow Prince, or something like that, but his powers are so he can't control his powers. When he's angry, he just kind of freezes people. So she comes into the picture, and she teams up with another witch, I believe, and they both fall in love with this prince. So I'm halfway through this book, and I actually find it to be very interesting. It is a young adult book. It is a fantasy book, and I actually really, 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 really do enjoy it. So I can't wait to finish it, actually. And I'll probably do a book review on it, because I'm going to go ahead and read Stealing the Snow right after, because I've been hearing some good things about it. I mean, I really just want to read Stealing Snow because the cover is pretty. I mean, hello, when you see a pretty cover, you read it. Or is that not a bookish thing to do? Because you know that I'm striving to be the ultimate book nerd. And now I want to move on to the things that I will be continuing. I did a brief synopsis of what these books are already on my current read. So if you guys want to see that, then please take a look at that. But I am finishing up the Gary Vaynerchuk's Jab, 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 Right Hook. And this is how to tell your story in a noisy social world. And this just talks about really trying to find your place on the online stratosphere. And so I'm really excited about that. And then I'm still finishing up Jane Eyre, and this is by Charlotte Bronte, and this is the fiction autobiography of Jane Eyre. In her autobiography, Jane basically just unfolds the story of her childhood into her adulthood and finding the true love of her life. So I have finally gotten to the part where I have reached the love of her life, so we're just moving forward, but I still have so much to go, so pray for me, y'all. I am also reading 50 Shades Darker by E.L. James, and I'm pretty sure I'll get through this book. I'm really excited to finish this book. This is the second book in the trilogy of 50 Shades of Grey, and this just is a book about the two characters of Christian and Anna, and they are basically building on this relationship. It has a lot of conflict and the relationship is very layered. These are very layered characters. So, well, actually, I wouldn't necessarily say that Anna is layered. I would definitely say that Christian's very layered. He's a very complex character in this book. Do I sound bookish? I'm really hoping to get like this bookish type of talk down. I hope that sounds really bookish. So yeah, but no, he's really complex. Like there's a lot of things that he does that is just kind of like Christian. The next book that I am reading, or the same book that I'm reading from October, is Seducing Strangers: How to Get People to Buy What You're Selling, and this is by Josh Weltman. And this is basically just teaching you the art of advertising and how that connects to the digital world that we live in now, and the traditional and how the traditional space of advertising has changed. And I just am like really taking a lot of pointers, as you can see, like my little bookmark here, because I'm taking a lot of notes because I really want to apply this to my business. The last book here is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I am still trying to get a sense of what this book is, how this book is moving. I know so far this is about a family who is a very wealthy family, where the grandfather, they comes from new money, and he basically has this family spend their summers on this island that he built for them. And on this character, the character of the book, she is basically telling the story of how each summer she would go to this island with her family, and she would basically just take you through those moments and those memories of everything. And in the book, she's basically just telling these stories of everything that happened during these summers that she was there. I haven't really gotten to the part where you're just like, that's why I'm reading this book. Like, I haven't gotten there yet. Like, I'm still waiting for her to give me something to sink my teeth into, because I haven't really sunk my teeth into anything yet. I'm still just kind of reading to figure out, okay, where are you going with this? So, that's pretty much it. All of the books that I talk about in the future, anytime I mention a book on my channel, definitely look down below in my description box. So that's what I'm reading for the month of November. We'll see how this goes. I mean, I'm just trying to be bookish out here. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more videos like this. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. Follow me on my social medias, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!